Ready. Oh, I didn't do your... Should I do that? Should I do this one?
No, just do reg.
Just do the reg, all right?
Let's go down the list.
We'll do the reg.
It's a tricky little week.
Tricky little week, this one. After a disappointing 3-2 last week.
Yes.
Well, first, I'm still under the weather, so if I go into just hysterical bit of coughing, then
I'll mute you on my end.
Yeah, I'll try to mute myself. And we could go relatively quick again, although there was a long comment that it was too fast.
Yeah.
That our fan wanted us to go slower, more content, more of us. I think you had to watch it 2 or 3 times. So here's our recap. We can really slow it down if we have to. But
yes,
it looks like Falcons, Browns, and Bucks, which were my contributions to the week, were winners, and your contributions were losers. So, but that's okay.
Even a blind nut. Sorry, even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Finally the tides have turned.
It's about time you got something.
It took 16 weeks. 16 is my number.
This is your number. It's about time.
So
I don't mind if you win out. It's about you've got to
red 16. That's the most money I've ever lost on one spin in roulette.
Oh.
Fucking red 16, 600 down the tubes. I think it was 600. Yeah, I split 300 to 300 on the top third in the first 12. And the last 12.
Easy come, easy go.
Boop. Red 16, which is my number, of course. I lose on my fucking number.
Yeah, great. Good job you played it.
Yep. Should have played it. Should have put all 600 on the red 16.
You always
had I known.
Play your number. You have to play your number. That's the
ever since then I have.
First rule of blackjack. Play your number.
Except this is roulette. But
yeah, my brain's dead.
Other than that,
I'm thinking roulette, but I'm saying blackjack.
Yeah.
It's like last week I was...
you must do really well at blackjack since your number is 29.
Yeah, I can never get there.
Yeah. Hit. You busted, sir, on 23. No, I'm trying to get to 29.
I got 29.
Yeah. Any comments on these games?
No, sucky. We did better and run your pool after you cheated and reneged.
The Falcons were solid.
And went Fezzik. Yeah, Falcons were a good bet. Tampa Bay was a good bet.
I didn't hate the Green Bay pick.
Green Bay was awful.
I did not like the Minnesota pick.
Green Bay should have won, and Minnesota outplayed Detroit.
No, what?
They outplayed Detroit. They were the better team for the entire game.
No.
Yes. Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, I had the whole thing on.
They were the better team.
How can you say that?
It's a stupid, because Detroit are terrible. And Minnesota outplayed them. They're going to do it again week 18.
Well, they might week 18 because I don't know if Detroit's got anything to play for.
That's right. So they'll win this week, and then they'll win next week, and then they'll go over because I need one bet off them. And Packers will lose this week and win next week. I'll win.
Wow.
That's all I care about right now. I need my season bets to come good. It wasn't a good week last week. I lost a lot of money.
I think I'm going to disagree with you on that. I think Detroit played better. It's hard to bet Mullins.
You must be the only person who thinks they did. Even the Detroit fans didn't think they played better. They just got away with a win.
No, I mean the score was within reach.
They've been lucky,
but
I don't like him.
He had 4 interceptions.
I don't like him.
Like that's not good.
Sounds like Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Purdy. Well,
shit the bed.
Purdy's interceptions weren't as bad as Mullins.
No.
So, but the Niners got their asses kicked. Yeah. It was more than that.
That's okay.
It's all right.
It refreshes them. It wakes them up.
Yep. All right, here we go. I don't know what the game ended up tonight. We had Cleveland and under. Cleveland was way up. So
I think Cleveland was way up. Let me look at my...
we probably split that one.
It was Did we go under? Did we?
Under, yeah.
We
you like the Jets over, and I like Cleveland under.
I like the over, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
So what happened? What was the final score? I'm trying to find it.
I don't think Cleveland was up by 17 with 2 minutes left, and it was already way over.
37-20.
So we went 50-50 on that one. You want to give me your top games like last week?
No.
Or do you want to go through the whole menu?
Let's get yours this week.
I don't have a top. I just have a list of the teams that are on my menu.
Go on then. Let's go through your list and see if I have any similarities underlined on mine.
All right. Well, mine are straight through the order here with it goes right down the list. Dallas and Detroit. I'll hit you with this. Survey says.
What have you been doing? Too much time.
We take Dallas. You see that?
No, can't see anything on this end. What am I looking at?
You can't see what is on the screen?
Did something get taken off? Is that what happened? I blinked and missed it.
Boop, boop.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, I caught that. It's excellent. What is this? A mind memory game?
No, these are all the matchups for the weekend.
Oh,
what's going to happen is the only logos that are going to be left are the ones that we should think about.
I like you keeping the Dallas logo up there. That's one thing I agree with.
Okay, we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Buffalo, New England. Let's go back. What do we got here? Boop.
Good lad.
Except I skipped Baltimore and Miami.
Yeah, go back.
Let's go back to Baltimore and Miami. How did I do that?
I don't know. You just jumped.
Ravens and Dolphins.
Yeah.
Survey says.
Come on.
Survey says.
Get rid of the Dolphins. Yeah, good lad.
Take the Ravens.
Absolutely take the Ravens. No doubt about it.
Okie dokie. Chicago and Atlanta. Survey says. Boop.
Yeah.
Take the Bears.
Yeah, that's the one I disagree with.
This is actually one of my favorites. I think it's Chicago big.
No, baloney.
Yep. Well, we'll see. Who's next here? Houston and Tennessee. This one I actually had to look at my list for because I don't know off the top of my head. Survey says Tennessee's the side.
You like that? I lean Tennessee at the points.
And I think that line has gone up to like 5.5 or something this morning. Places. All right, next one. Colts and Raiders. Survey says Raiders are the side.
I agree.
Interesting.
They're in my top 6.
Raiders are in your top 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate the Raiders, but I love them this week.
They haven't been playing too bad.
No, they haven't. But I don't like Indianapolis, as you know. They're frauds.
I know you don't like the Colts, even though they're better at home. Jags, Panthers.
Easy one, this one. You can't get
this wrong.
You cannot get this wrong.
This one.
You're actually doing quite well.
This one is survey says Carolina.
Yeah, good lad. Good lad.
Okay.
That's my first bet on my page.
Next one, Rams and Giants.
That's an easy one.
Survey says
easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There you go. Good lad.
Rams.
Good lad.
Next, we have, make this a little bit bigger. Next, we have the Eagles and the Cardinals. Survey says Cardinals are the side. Next one. Surveys, let's see, what do we got? Bucks and Saints. Survey says the Saints are the side. I hate that. I hate the Saints. I hate everything about the Saints. So my metrics were 10-5-1 2 weeks ago. They were 10-6 last week. So if there's 6 games that are wrong, this is one of them. I hate the Saints. I would take Tampa Bay. Going against my data. 49ers and Commanders. Survey says San Francisco. Next one, Seattle and Pittsburgh. Survey says Pittsburgh is a side, plus 3.5.
Don't be silly, boy.
I'm just doing what spits out on my spreadsheet. Not saying I like all of them.
Do you? I don't like that one.
Well, that's fine. I know you have a love affair with the Seahawks. What do we got here? Chiefs and Bengals. This one's intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Survey says
It's an easy one.
That we have to get rid of Cincinnati. I could be swayed to take Cincinnati in that game.
No.
Kansas City. Denver and the Chargers.
Is that the point? Is that the points?
Survey says.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because Wilson got benched.
Oh.
Survey says Chargers are the side. Don't like that either. I don't like that game, period. And last but not least, Packers, Vikings. I actually don't know why I'm going back and forth between the two screens. I don't need to.
I don't know.
Survey says Green Bay. So that's the menu of teams I would pull from.
Well, I'm on some.
Okay. What do you like?
I like Carolina plus 6.5. Don't like the Jags, as you know, I've been fading them all season. Trevor Lawrence is likely out.
Yep.
I think Carolina, who again played quite well last week, and their offense seems to be doing really quite well. This could be easily covered. I mean, I think the Jags may sneak a win, but they won't win by many. I just like the bet. I like Carolina plus 6.5.
Right. I could go Carolina with you.
Yep. I like Carolina. It's a good one. I like Atlanta plus 3, which is the opposite side to you.
Mm-hmm.
You like the Bears. I don't know why you like the Bears in this one. I think
Atlanta sucks on the road.
I think they're going to keep it quite close. There's not really a weather issue. It will be chilly for them.
I think this game is not close.
I do. I think it's close. That's one of my bets. I do like Raiders at calls, particularly if I can get the points. Anything over 3. What do we have? We've got 3.5. I think it's an easy bet to take the Raiders in this one. They've got
3.5 here, RYP.
Yeah, here. We've got 3.5, right? Yeah.
3.5 for the Raiders. Okay.
Westgate SuperContest. I like the bet against Indy. I mean, Indy at home, I don't like them. As you know, I think they're a terrible team, to be honest with you. I think the Raiders are playing well. They've got a coach who's got them fired up. He's seeking a job. A lot of Raiders are seeking a job. They've got a chance of a sniff of the playoffs. I like him. Their defense is playing very well. Offensively, they're not great, but if they can shut down the Colts, they'll do enough to win.
Okay. Are you leaning all dogs?
No, I like.
Is that a trend here?
I like KC to beat the Bengals. I like Seattle to win at home. I like the Rams, and I like the Saints.
Oh, you like the Saints?
I think this is a great position for the Saints. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me. You said Seattle?
Seattle, KC, Rams, Saints.
I don't like any of those, really.
And then I like Houston. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
You like Houston or Tennessee?
Yeah, cross Houston off and lean. I only lean Tennessee. I won't touch the game. I like the Bills and lean Philly and lean Niners, but too many points there. The only of those 3 teams, Bills, Philly, and Niners, I would ever bet this week, put any money on, would be the Bills. They need to. They're going out to do a job, and they're going to do a job. Really
I think they're going to smash.
They're going to just destroy them. Yeah.
Okay.
Of those of those double-digit faves, the Bills is by far the best option. So Seattle win at home. They have to win. I don't think.
God, you love Seattle.
I'd like him at home against a Steelers team that okay. I think Tomlin still wants to get his record. Everybody knows that, and he has a better chance next week than he does this week. But I don't like Mason Rudolph. He had a good game. He's not going to be great again in Seattle. It's going to be a tough travel game for them. Seattle have got to win. They've had a good 2 back-to-back sneaky 3-point wins, I think, or close to keep their hopes alive. Then I think it's a good bet, -3.5 at home. They've got a home advantage. I think they're undervalued there. I think it's probably more of a 5.5 point game.
Okay.
I think KC beat Bengals and cover. I think this is a get right spot for KC. I don't rate the Bengals. I've liked them a couple of times. I don't like them this time. I think Brownings do a little bit of a crumble. Jamar's not going to play the rest of the year, I'm sure.
They've been trying to get right for a month.
Yeah, they've been worth backing once or twice and staying off them, but KC will do a good job of winning by a touchdown or more. That's a good bet. I think it's 7. Is it 7 or 7.5 on Westgate? It's 7.
7.
Yeah, I do like that. And then the Rams, I think the Rams are 4.5 at home. No, they're not at home, are they? They're away.
They're away at New York.
New York. And they're playing Tyrod Taylor's now playing instead of Danny DeVito's illegitimate son. Tyrod Taylor, who's a sack machine, they should take care of business. The Rams are obviously trending up. The Giants.
Do you worry about the 10 a.m. West Coast kickoff?
No. They're too good. They're playing too well.
I don't know. I think that's a real thing.
Well coached, good team. They'll win. They'll win and cover. They're playing the Giants. The Rams
the Giants
are playing
aren't that bad.
God damn awful.
They're better than the Saints.
Doesn't matter. I don't like the Saints. I just like them this week in their position.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me about that.
Saints have to win.
So do the Bucks.
Yeah, I know they do. I think the Saints are a better team. I think they've played pretty badly all season. Who was I listening to? You probably listened to the same thing where people are saying this is the first time Todd Bowles is looked at as the best coach in competition here because they're up against the doofus at the Saints.
Exactly.
But they got to go out and win this game. I think they win. I think it's a Saints game. I think the season rides on this game.
No, I can't do the Saints.
I like him +3.
I go against my data on the Saints.
I think the Bucks are going to.
So with your little set of games there,
bit of a struggle.
Seattle's the one that I like the best.
Yeah, Seattle's good.
So I can give you Seattle. I go Carolina. We can go Carolina if you want.
So what do you like then of yours? Because you obviously can go against your data. So given your data and
I can go against my data.
What are the ones you like? What are the bets you like?
I like Chicago. I like the Raiders. I like Carolina.
Oh, I like the Raiders too. I thought we already picked the Raiders, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I'm going through it. I'm just like.
Oh, right.
So right now I've got Seattle. I'll give you Carolina and the Raiders. We both like.
Yeah.
I really like Chicago. That's probably maybe my number one of the week.
Dear.
Then I would probably go Baltimore and Dallas.
So I do like Dallas.
What's your concern over Dallas?
I don't really have a concern. I like him. I think it's a good position. They dominate at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Detroit, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been an exceptionally lucky team this season. I mean, good on them. Well done. Divisional title for the first time in a long time for them.
Mm-hmm.
But they got lucky. They've had a pretty lucky season. I think Dallas spanks them.
Okay. Why do you like Dallas -6 more than Baltimore minus, what is it, 3 or 3.5? -3.5.
Why do I like them all? I don't know that I do. I was just answering that game. If you're talking about a competition between the two, I'd never thought about it until you just asked me why I thought that, which I didn't. That wasn't a thought of mine.
If there was only one spot left on our card, would you take Dallas or Baltimore?
I would take the best team on the card right there, which is the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
They're the best team by far.
They're not the best team by far.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins aren't going to do very well against Baltimore.
I don't think so. So I like Baltimore -3.5.
I think the defense shuts them down. They're going to miss Waddle.
Yeah.
They'll double team Tyreek. They'll take him out the game. They'll put pressure on Tua. He'll have a tough day. And the Ravens will score on the Dolphins defense. So it's a pretty straightforward game. We should just be professionals. Professional picks.
Do you like Dallas more than you like Seattle? I'd rather take Dallas than Seattle.
For this competition, I'm open to more negotiations. I just think that the Seattle spot is an exceptionally good spot for them. They've been sneaking some wins, but they are at home. They are against a team that's really not very good in the Steelers, and they're really not very good. Mason Rudolph he's just not a good quarterback. There's so many second-string quarterbacks, third-string quarterbacks this week, but he really isn't very good. But he's up against, if Geno Smith stays healthy and plays this week, and they've got a pretty healthy team going into it, even though they're not a very exciting team and they're not scoring tons of points, I think they'll do enough to win quite convincingly. I think the Steelers are going to struggle at Seattle.
Okay. Well, how about this? Let's do Carolina, Las Vegas, Baltimore, which we both like. We like all three.
Yeah, I do like.
I'll give you Seattle. You give me Chicago.
So Carolina, Las Vegas, Baltimore, Seattle, and Chicago. All right, it was a big 50-50. You don't like Seattle. I can't stand Chicago this week.
Let me give you the case for Chicago. Chicago's actually playing pretty decent.
Decent, yeah.
I think their defense has been playing. Nobody's really talking about their defense too much. Their defense has been playing really well. Fields has been playing well, running, scrambling, doing enough to move the chains, put points on the board. And Atlanta's terrible on the road. I don't think this game's going to be close. I think it's going to be like 30-13.
I think it's going to be pretty close. I don't think
so. And I've bet for Atlanta, against Atlanta. I probably bet on Atlanta games more than any other team this season.
Yeah.
Their saving grace is that they do try to run the ball. But I think the Bears defense is underrated right now. I've got this game, Chicago. Actually, the numbers on this one. Let me check it. Hold on a second. This line is at -3. My data is actually, let's see, -2.85 and 1.64. So actually, my data is wrong. My data should be on Atlanta.
It should be in Atlanta.
Yep.
Atlanta's the pick this week.
But we're not going to pick them. We're going to pick Chicago.
I'll give you Chicago. I think it's a throwaway for us, but I'll give it to you.
Let me just make sure.
We always have to come to some agreement, which is the beauty of the competition.
That's right.
So there's always a little bit of give and take, and I think that's the way to play the game.
Let me just look. Let me just look at the rest of the board here. The other place I would go is Tampa Bay. So if you had your choice between Chicago or Tampa Bay, who would you pick?
Well, I wouldn't, because I'd be on the opposite side of both games.
Right, but but your choice had. If I'm telling you, I'm putting one game on the board. You can pick.
Which one do I
It's
like?
either Chicago or Tampa Bay.
Which one do I hate the least?
Yeah, which one do you hate less?
God damn it. I hate them both equally. I'm splitting hairs here. I would probably
Splitting hairs is tough for us to do.
Oh, good. I like that.
This one could take a while.
I honestly don't know. I think we might. You wouldn't be more interested in popping something on Kansas City?
No, because I like Cincinnati.
Oh, why would you like Cincinnati in this one?
Chiefs are struggling. Cincinnati has a pretty good track record against them anyway. Yeah, it's with Burrow and Chase and the full complement of players, but it's also usually with Kansas City playing a lot better. So yeah. I think those things level out. I wouldn't pick it. This is not a game that I would probably put on any of my cards.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick it, I would take Cincinnati.
Yeah. You don't like the on fire Rams at the lowly Giants.
I do, but that one makes me nervous. The Giants make me nervous.
That's interesting.
I don't like the West Coast going over there. I don't like Wink Martindale. I think that I'm a physiology guy. That matters. When you're playing 3 hours, 6 hours earlier than your body's ready, than your normal cycle.
It's true, actually. It reminds me of running. It's like when I ran the New York Marathon. That was tough. Much easier to run the California Marathon out here than it was to run the New York Marathon, that's for sure. I did not enjoy that, and my body did not feel good then. Although not that it ever felt good at a marathon. Well,
Chicago.
I guess I'd have to go with Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, I have to go Chicago. Don't like the bet, but of those two, it's the lesser of two evils.
I didn't like Minnesota last week. Correct. And we lost on it, so I owe you a loser here.
You do.
So we're square. Carolina, Las Vegas.
Yes.
Baltimore.
Yes.
Seattle, Chicago.
Yes. Not too bad. Really not too bad this week, actually, that.
Cool. I'm all set. You want to fire through the community pool?
Let's do it. Roger Dodger. We're gonna go. We need to go 5-0. Keep our percentage high.
Yeah, we're at.
Keep going.
I ran the numbers. We're at 55% right now.
Okay.
So a couple. If we could pop 2 winning weeks with a 4-1 or a 5-0 slipped in there.
Yeah. Leave us with a pretty healthy end to the season.
Yeah, we're solid.
Can't believe it's week 16 already.
I know. I swear to God, it goes by really fast.
Man alive.
Sure. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.